Well, today's first reading, responsorial hymn, gospel reading, all are about sheep and shepherds. Well, the only flock of sheep I am aware of in our metropolitan area is the one that's on the green at Greenfield Village. You might have seen that flock of sheep. It takes care of all the mowing for them and has a remarkable effect of keeping people from walking on the green. Think about that. Very effective. But shepherding was very important in Israel in Jesus' day, and how they did their flocks is still how many shepherds in places like Peru and Ethiopia, places I have visited and have met with shepherds, how they still run their flocks. And it's a very tough and very difficult life because the shepherd does protect the flock. The shepherd has, of course, they have more modern tools today to protect the flock than they did before, but one thing hasn't changed: the way they get the flock to follow them. The flock follows the shepherd because the sheep hear the voice of the shepherd. Now, sheep aren't particularly intelligent animals. If you ever do one of those studies or do it on YouTube, the intelligence of animals, you won't find sheep in the top 10. You probably won't find them in the top 100. So how does the sheep know what to follow? Because the shepherd is there at the lambing time when the lamb is born, picks up the lamb and speaks very loudly into the ear of the lamb so that the lamb will hear that voice and will follow that voice plus the bleat of its mother. Those are the two voices it will understand. Those will be the two voices it follows, so it won't get lost. And when a sheep does get lost, as the parable says, and the shepherd finds the sheep and puts it on his shoulders, he's not doing it because the lamb's hurt. He's holding it on the shoulders so he can speak very loudly into the ear and the sheep doesn't forget the voice. You know, when I was growing up, I'm assuming this is a practice that's long been eliminated over time in parenting. But when I was a kid and my parents told me to do something and I didn't do it right away or forgot, as a child might be able to do, they told me again real loud. Anybody experience that in your childhood? Maybe. That doesn't happen now though, does it, kids? Do they oh, they're out in the, they're having their view. No, of course not. They would never raise your voice now. But back then they would. And they'd yell and they'd let you know it's time to walk the dog or take out the trash or mow the lawn or whatever it was. So you didn't forget. You had to do what you had to do. Well, so it was with the sheep. And that's how the sheep... I actually witnessed this. I witnessed this in Israel as a seminary. It was quite remarkable. The professor that was with us was Father Castello, a scripture professor, and he wanted us to wait around to watch this. We were in Shechem, where Joshua had put the 10 Commandments. It's hundreds of years before David put it in Jerusalem. And in this valley where they grow a lot of garlic, and you won't forget a valley filled with garlic. You get down there, they turned down these pumps, filled this giant trough. A couple of flocks came down, the sheep intermingled, and then after they drank their water, one shepherd went to one side, one shepherd went to the other, and called their sheep. And almost like magic, the sheep followed the voice. He didn't, followed the voice. And that is what Jesus is saying. I am the shepherd. I am the voice. Follow my voice. Listen to what I have to say. Follow me, and I will take you through this trial, this planet of woes and challenges and temptations. And I'll get you through it. I'll get you through it. Listen to my voice. And we listen to this voice when we hear his word proclaimed, because God's living word is in his scriptures. And so we should read scripture every day. And it's in our prayers. And our prayers must not always be prayers of petition, as important as they are, but there should also be some quiet time. A little bit of time for meditation should be put in your prayers, because sometimes it's in those quiet moments that something light goes on in our mind that, oh, now I understand. And that's the one way we understand God's will and God's voice in our lives. So he is our shepherd. And as we stay true to his word, we'll follow all the way through to the heavenly kingdom. Now, on another point, The tickets are available for the festival. Yes, I know, today's only April 30th, festival's in August, but the tickets are available. And as you go out there on the right-hand side, please pick up your tickets, because I want to say it's, what, $2.50 now, something like that. They raise rates to mail those tickets. So if you take your tickets, you've automatically saved the parish, because I'm going to mail all the rest of them that don't pick up. But every one we get picked up is $2.50. You save the parish. And it's deeply appreciated that you take your tickets on the way out. You also might have noticed on your way out those cones in front of, well, right below the window of Teresa of Lisieux, the beautiful stained glass window. Well, a duck has made her nest and laid eggs. So, and a number of parishioners have given me bags of corn to feed. I was told never give it bread, so I won't give it bread. But we do have this. So if anybody, asks you, how are things going at St. Malachy, you just tell them they're just ducky. I have a lot more duck jokes, but too many duck jokes might put you in a foul mood. I got a lot of dad jokes, but that's only because I'm a father.